Okay, I'll just start, and then I think we'll let the players answer questions, and then I'll finish. But I told the guys at halftime or after the game, I said, they showed great heart and fight to claw their way back into it, to have a chance to, maybe tie it or extend the game. So I like that. But what we try to hang our hat on really was porous. It kind of unraveled defensively. You see they shot a percentage at shooting 55%, and the easy looks they got, and then they made some good plays. First, congratulations to Carolina for how charged they were and how ready they were. They really took it at us. But defensively, for us to win a game like this, we had to have a much stronger, more sound, solid effort, and we just didn't. So that kind of stings, but we'll grow from it. And this was one and done, and the next one's one and done, so you got to try to get right.
Okay, questions first for Malcolm and Anthony. Please raise your hand. Let us get the mics to you. Let us know who you are, who you're with. Who has the first question? Front row.
Jeff White, VirginiaSports.com. Malcolm, you knew Carolina was a talented offensive team, but what was it able to do tonight to shoot that percentage that it did?
I just think they set the tone. Like Coach Bennett said, they took it to us, and we played at their pace tonight.
Front row.
Doug Dowdy from the Roanoke Times. Malcolm, can you talk about the play where you drove down the lane and I think it was 61-60? How much contact was there?
There was contact, but that's basketball. The refs call some. Sometimes they don't, so you got to play through it.
Other questions for the two players? Front row.
Yeah, Anthony, talk about the difficulty you guys had with Carolina's big men.
I think they're talented. They pride themselves on offensive rebounding, and I think that we had some plays tonight where they got some offensive rebounds and kind of took over in some places that we should not have allowed them to score on, capitalize on. I think we have to be better than that and go in and watch some film and get better.
Front left.
Malcolm, you had a lot of shots early in the game that kind of rolled in and rolled out. At some point, you started clicking. What changed for you offensively late in the game?
Coach Bennett got into me at halftime and got me going.
Yeah, this is for Malcolm and Anthony. Justin Jackson kind of hurt you guys tonight. What was kind of the scouting report on him and the strategy in trying to defend him?
We knew he was a talented player coming into the game. I think that he's very versatile. He can score inside and out. So I think that just getting in him, trying to be physical with him probably would be the key. But I think he took advantage of some things that we had lapses tonight, and he really took advantage of those.
Any other questions for the two players? To our left.
Frank Maloney, Fox Sports 910. Malcolm, on the possession on the inbounds with 6 seconds to go on the shot clock, you were on page on those moves right there. Talk a little bit about that play coming out of the timeout and what was the strategy on that particular play?
Just get a stop. Page made a good move. I lifted off my feet, and he scored.
Anyone else? Okay, thanks. Questions for Coach Bennett?
Tony, Jeff White, VirginiaSports.com. When you look at the stat sheet and see what Carolina shot for the game, were you amazed that it was even a game at the end like that?
Yeah, they had some careless turnovers, and I thought we got back because of our hustle and, we got real aggressive, and just kind of forced the issue. We've kind of been in that spot the other way when teams just put their head down and go, and Malcolm was very aggressive driving. We got to the free throw line, and we're better. But, yeah, that thing could have probably been separated a lot more. But I think that at least our guys responded with a tremendous second-half effort that was, kind of non-existent for most of the first half.
Front row.
And it's Doug Dowdy again. What did you see in Justin today? It looked like his ball handling is still a little bit shaky, but got some good rebounds for you and had a 3-point attempt at the end.
Yeah, we were trying to. It ended up he got a decent look at it. It wasn't a design play for him. He was an option, but yeah, he it's rust. I mean, it's time. It's how many minutes did he play? Played 14. Yesterday he played 12. Looked like he was a little better defensively, and we're gonna need him. So I thought those were important minutes that he got. I wish he could have got a bucket to go in, whether a free throw or not, but it's part of being out for that long. So he certainly brought some passion and some heart, and again, it was nice to see him. How many rebounds did he have? Well, he had a couple rebounds, so I thought he was a little bit better today than he was yesterday, or tonight than yesterday.
Front row.
Yeah, Whitey Reed with the Daily Progress. As you look towards Selection Sunday now, I know you don't like to look ahead too much, but do you still feel like a number 1 seed is something that you guys deserve?
Oh, 1 seed, 2 seed, that's not for me to decide. We've just got to get ready to play, better than we did in the first half for sure, and work at that. But that is not for me at all to worry about. And there's so many good teams, that you have to play. The parity in college basketball is there. So whatever will be with that, as they say.
Middle of the room.
Tony, 2 questions. One, I'm taking it you were a little bit unhappy going off the court at the end of the first half, to put it mildly. And 2, is it possible that Justin will get the bandage off his finger because it seemed to next week because it seemed to impede his ball handling a lot?
Yeah, he's got it together. I'm not sure about that, John. I guess I'm not sure. That'd be nice, but yeah, it is a little bit. But he has to protect it at least. What was the time frame they gave? I don't know if it was 5 or 6 weeks where it had to be protected. But we'll certainly look at that and see. So that is to be determined. And the first part, yeah, you're right. I wasn't very happy. And did you ask something about that, or were you just making an observation?
Well, yeah, maybe you could just.
Yeah.
Very unusual for you to not do the TV thing at halftime.
Well, no, I tell you why I didn't do the TV thing is at least you should have one privilege if you're losing. You don't have to do usually the winning coach, whoever's leading usually does that interview. So if you're losing, you shouldn't have to do the interview. That's at least that's what I understand. So if we were winning, I do it. If we're losing, I thought that's how it was. So, but that's one benefit of losing at halftime, maybe. I don't know. So, but we certainly. What I was so disappointed because that wasn't who we were to start, and that's again. Carolina came after us. They were charged, but just the easy looks they got. We were on our heels. Their pressure really bothered us, and we just looked. I don't know what the word is. I mean, our guys have been in that spot, so I don't know if we were tight or scared or nonchalant. I don't know, but we'll grow from it and hopefully be ready when that ball's tipped next game.
Front row.
Tony, Malcolm said you got into him a little bit at the halftime. Can you share what you said to motivate him for the second half?
Challenged him. That's kind of locker room stuff, and let our guys know what I thought was acceptable and what wasn't acceptable. So that was it.
To our left.
Coach Chris Wright with thesaber.com. Down 3 twice in the last minute. Went for 3-pointers on both possessions. It was one of those borderline clock was close steals. Can you talk about your theory going into that?
London got the layup on the one, or that was a 2 possessions before. Yeah.
Brogdon missed and Anderson missed.
Right. That was right. You're right about that. The one I thought, Malcolm had been made. He had hit a couple threes, and I thought he had his rhythm. And if he could get, what we said is, if you can get a clean look, take it. Actually, we tried to run that little action, what we've run before. He got a pretty good look, and he had made a few, so I was okay with that. But both of them, the other one, both had, if we didn't get it, attack. So it kind of had a 3 look, clean look. And then it had an attack look behind it for a 2. So it was kind of had both on that one. And the one to Justin, it was actually kind of designed for Malcolm, but they kind of channeled us the other way, and London just attacked it.
Back right.
Coach David Glenn from the David Glenn Show and ACCSports.com. Going into tonight, Justin Jackson was a 26% three-point shooter. Makes 4 out of 5. Is that just shocking? Is it?
Yeah, no, he's a good player. Someone asked the scouting report on him. He's good. We were really delayed or behind the play Sometimes he'd get it. Well, first of all, he moves really well without the ball. I mean, he's a McDonald's All-American. He's a talented kid, so you can see that, and he's been playing well. Did a good job yesterday, but he got some easy wraps where we had some miscommunication breakdowns, got him going, and then some of his shots we had a little bit too much cushion on him, and he can put it on the floor, but a little late on our closeouts, a little soft on our ball pressure, and a player of that ability, those guys get one or two going, and then they feel it, and you could see that, and I thought he obviously showed his talent, and I know he's a great young man too. I know that, so he took it to us.
To our left.
Chris Wright from the Sabre again. You went Evan back to the 4 spot tonight, which hasn't happened in a while.
Right.
And that seemed to be a little bit of what sparked your run late. Can you just talk about that decision?
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of struggling, and Evan's smart. We thought, okay, this maybe can get us back. It stretches it a little more. He's a little more mobile, can get some catches, and then we try to trap the post if they tried to exploit him down low. But we thought maybe him to stretch, hit a 3, or just even a little ball handling out there, and would open it up for some drives for Malcolm, which kind of did start happening. And I thought he did a good job, for the most part in that spot. And again, we thought we needed to do something, and it did give us a spark.